Howdy. This will be a quick one. I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona, on the 40, heading back to Venice Beach so that I can vote in the referendum tomorrow. And I'm voting no because, as far as I'm concerned, this whole recall nonsense is a power grab by the Republicans, only possible in California because of the recall, the structure of the recall. So I want to just encourage anybody who is thinks they have something better to do tomorrow. I'm driving from the East Coast to make sure that I'm back in time for this recall thing. That's how, because I feel that strongly about it. So, if I can do that, wherever you are, you can surely make it down to your polling, whatever. The reason I'm in Flagstaff is it's the coolest place between here and LA. And between here and there, the temperatures are over 100 degrees. So I need to let it cool down to something reasonable so I can nurse my beautiful blue universe across the desert. So just resting up, and I'm going to take a nap in a little bit here, and so that I can drive all night. So that's my commitment to democracy, dang it. I feel pretty good, all things considered. I have some incredible news to add on to what I did on the East Coast with in Virginia, by finding the emergent points of the Emperor Dragon pair that start in on the West Coast in Big Sur and Monterey. Yesterday, I visited a friend in Santa Fe, and then stopped at the hot springs in the Jemez Mountains, and discovered that the Jemez Mountains a couple of years ago had a really horrendous forest fire, and it laid waste to a good chunk of the forest in the Jemez Mountains, and I think that may have had an effect on the hot spring, because it's not like what it was before. I mean, around the hot spring is not burned or anything like that, but those hot springs, which used to be, in some parts of it were just really hot, are barely hot now. And at least, hot springs have a life of their own, and that one isn't. It's going through a different phase right now, that's all. But I did get a dip, got a chance to wash my naughty bits on the road, which is always a plus. And then I made my way to Chaco Canyon for the first time, and I doused it. And I was lucky to catch my friend Roy McQuestion, who remote douses the Earth's energy lines from England, and he tipped me off that from his research, there's a solar line that runs through there. And I was able to douse and discover that solar line, and it looks like they built a number of the most ancient of the sites, and the most sacred of the sites. The what is it? The Benito temple site is a primary pivot point. It's right in the middle of the canyon, and the line goes right through it. And just to the northwest of that is a graveyard, and it looks like the line goes through the graveyard. I didn't go into the graveyard because out of respect, but I was able to douse the line. So it's really friggin' amazing. One, to be able to do stuff like that, and two, to be able to share it with people. And I look forward to. I was just writing up some notes on that to send back to Rory, and this whole journey, especially the past week and a half of being able to confirm Rory's distance dowsing in person it's just friggin' amazing to for somebody in England to say, okay, so there's a line that comes from the center of the earth and it's going to cross in this place, and I may be off like 100 yards or so, and then for me to drive there, get out with some dowsing rods and just go at it, and sure enough, the dang thing is right there. And that just goes to show you what we are all capable of. Because I had never dowsed before I started, before 2019. The first thing I ever dowsed was the Node in Big Sur. So anyway, I wanted to keep this short because I don't have a lot of storage on this phone. But I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted and all that kind of stuff. The other reason I'm going back to LA is it turns out I have 2 doctor's appointments this week. One with a nurse practitioner who was the original person that diagnosed me and sent me into the system. And the other is with my oncologist, and it's a follow-up and a blood draw to check against that DNA study that I'm part of, and we'll make a determination if it's okay for me to or when it will be okay for me to get a vaccine, if at all. I haven't been able to, for obvious reasons. This immunotherapy drug would have been very hard to tell, what was happening with me between the 2 drugs, between the vaccine and the immunotherapy drug, and it would have screwed up the study I'm a part of as well. So I'm starting to feel a little stronger, and I understand there's some side effects to that, and there aren't that many people that have been on this immunotherapy drug that have been, with my demographic features to, that have, had the vaccine. So it'll be one for the records. So we'll see what happens with that. It's so funny to me to be, to be a kind of a fly on the wall in this global and especially national conversation about vaccines and stuff. Everybody's like, don't get the vaccine, get the vaccine. And here I can't, I can't get it. Everybody's like, passports and, mandates and all this sort of shit. And I can't, I'm not even in the game, I'm on a whole nother thing. So, but it's been like that through the whole COVID thing. I started treatment a week before COVID hit, and I would have had to be masking and social distancing anyway. And while all summer long, I'm on this journey going around the country and stuff, but I'm not seeing people. I'm not interacting. If there's large crowds, I'm someplace else. I didn't go to the Falmouth Road Race when I was in town, and I haven't been to festivals. I haven't. I try to stay away from large concentrations of people, and so it's just kind of funny because I would have to be doing this anyway. Anyway, so that's about it for now. I'll keep you posted, and stay blessed.